Now we're going to look at one of the lesser known health risks of dog ownership. It's the love-hate relationship. So dog owners admit this. Dog owners acknowledge a love-hate relationship with their pets. You probably saw some dog owners posting pictures of their ruined furniture, and then they say, I just can't, I can't blame him, he's so cute, or whatever. But this isn't real love, this is an addiction to chaos. The dog is just a prize of somebody who is appeasing an abuser. And I'll illustrate that in today's video, and I have some previous videos that illustrate this as well. So as you can see, we're starting off just doing this little look at the internet, and dog owners will admit they're in a love-hate relationship with their dogs. So now let's look at some other things that we know about love-hate relationships. As a country, we already know all this stuff. So all this information is out there and available. People in love-hate relationships push friends away due to emotional turbulence. That's a lot like dog owners. They can't do something because their dog. They can't go somewhere because of their dog. They say that dogs are better than humans. Don't come to my house if you don't like dog hair in your macaroni and cheese. Ha ha ha. All that kind of stuff. There's always some element of needing to push other humans out of a situation when people own dogs. And humans are our best friends, not dogs. This dynamic with dog ownership is an addiction. The love experienced in a love-hate relationship resembles a dopamine addiction. It involves intense emotional highs and lows driven by neurochemicals like dopamine. This right here is so much like dog culture. A cycle of obsession and emotional dependency. Dog owners are highly obsessed with their dogs, up to and including the point of allowing their dogs to kill humans and still quote unquote loving them. I mean, as a country, we allow dogs to kill our little kids. But as a country, we are so obsessed with dogs that we still put out all this pro dog stuff. Like my video about the Ginger Billy, the guy with 2 million subscribers. Toddlers have died in the state that he lives in, yet they are so obsessed with dogs that they keep pushing out this stuff about nanny dogs. So it is, like they say here, a dependency. Right there, see that? Dependency. That's why we can't talk to dog owners either, because we are a threat to their dopamine source, which is another big part of addiction. Yeah, crazy stuff, guys. Now, love-hate relationships can pose health risk, as they lead to increased stress, emotional turmoil, that can negatively impact your mental and physical well-being. Studies suggest that these ambivalent relationships may be more damaging than clear-cut negative relationships, potentially affecting heart health and overall longevity. And this is nothing new. This is having extra stress in your life messes with you pretty bad. Notice what it says right here. One of the main health outcomes is your heart. Heart disease, I believe, is the #1 killer in America right now. And we're in these love-hate relationships with dogs. That is not good. Here's another short summary about the addiction of these love-hate relationships. It's because they involve a cycle of intense emotions, like we were talking about earlier, but it includes love and conflict, which can make it difficult for individuals to break free despite the pain it may cause. You know, it's very difficult for a dog owner to consider putting down a dog, even when it's like 10 years old and it's suffering. You know, for example, so many dogs out there are in very bad health, but they will spend money to keep them alive. Even if the dog is suffering for a year, another year, sitting at home in a heated bed drugged up, but sick and suffering, needing pain pills, needing seizure pills, living in a small pool of its own feces, even to the point of hoarding. Something like 250,000 cases or dogs that are found hoarded every year. I'll put the data below. But people will not break free from dog ownership, even if the dog suffers and suffers and suffers. And that's just like this addiction that I'm talking about. They cannot break free from the relationship despite the pain it may cause. If it causes the dog pain, they don't care. They'll just buy a bunch of pain pills and dope the dog up all day, and then go get their dopamine hit by posting up pictures of it on Facebook. It's very much an addiction with this dog ownership, and we can prove it by looking at the outcomes, like the hoarding, the massive amounts of extra medication that people put to their dogs just to keep them alive when they are way, way past their quote unquote expiration date. Now let's have a look at a couple articles about the love-hate relationship. Here's one that really stands out to me, that really connects with dog culture. Number 2, your partner is your prize. So that's dog owners. The dog is like their prize. It's like their badge of greatness, their badge of, I'm a good person. Look at everything I've given up for my dog. Yeah. So have a read with this. You view maintaining the relationship as more of an accomplishment or ego boost. The relationship serves some other purpose for you. So that's like dog owners. They're constantly inserting their dog into everything. Like, look at me. Look at what I've given up for my dog. Look at what I put up with. He bit me. He knocked over my glasses. He busted my property. But man, he's just such a prize, I've done so much for him. Have a read on this website. All these signs of a love-hate relationship. Like number 4, you don't have a deep connection. The dog owners don't have a deep connection. It's like it says here, you love some parts of the person, but you hate others. I mean, dog owners cannot even have a deep connection with their dog. As it says here, you may love superficial things. Dog owners, they love to have a husky dog because it looks so cool. It's so cute. It's so lovable. But completely ruined my property. But hey, they're focused on the superficial part. We can find examples like this all over society. Like, here's a video that I'm looking at. And as you can see, these people have one of these super popular husky dogs. But of course, if you look in the video, what does this thing do? It completely ruins their property. So these people are focused on superficial elements of their dog, despite the fact that the dog ruins their property and costs them thousands of dollars. Another one from the website that really sticks out is number 10. You get off on the drama. People that are in love-hate relationships, they're always talking about, like, well, at least it's exciting. At least I keep him on his toes. Ha ha ha. It's the same thing with dog owners. They're constantly getting off on, oh, that dog's my little monster, but I'll save him. Oh, he pooped on the carpet again, but I love him so much, I'll just clean it up and live with it. Yeah, it's crazy right here that it says go for the jugular. Wow. A lot of toddlers get their jugulars ripped apart by dogs. I mean, even number 11 right here, you feel bad about yourself and your partner. Dog owners are always in the position where they're feeling guilt. Like, oh, I didn't do good enough, or I should have done better. Yeah. But put this one in your little watch later, and let's go to our next one here. So in this one, it talks about conflict is a way to gauge their partner's interest. So this one talks about having volatile relationships early in life. And dog owners have that. They have volatile relationships early in life. If we go over to this channel called It's Me or the Dog, you can see all these videos where the little kids are forced to be around their parents' ridiculous dogs. Well, you're training them to be emotionally connected to this type of chaos. It's pretty sad, really. It's setting these kids up to fail. But yeah, conflict as a way to gauge your interest. These people love conflict. They love to constantly be in control of something that they're not really in control of. Even like it says here, stable and even relationships feel boring. Yeah, dog owners are bored with peace. They're bored with quiet. You want to relax and read a book in your backyard and just chill. Nope. The dog owner's got to be out there yelling at their dog. Get over here. Come back here. Shut up. Get down. Get up. Yep. Now, here is another one that I wanted to share. In a love-hate relationship, fights are particularly intense and destructive, feeding into the constant on and off cycle. Particularly intense and destructive, eh? All right. All right. Let's go look around. Particularly intense and destructive. Yep. That is what dogs are. Guys, we have thousands of videos. Dogs starting house fires, dogs maiming, um, dog sitters, and that's particularly intense and destructive. Yet we as a nation, we as humans, put up with this crap. And it's a love hate relationship. It's just absolutely sick and wrong. Particularly intense and destructive.
All right, that ends the day in my house.
Can you imagine being like a single mother and you're dating a guy and he says, I'm going to be your best friend and your protector? And you move him into your house and this is what he does. He ruins your house like this. He does this to your property. Completely ruins thousands of dollars worth of carpet and everything else. Would you put up with that? No. That guy would be in jail. That guy would probably have his ass beat by your dad or something. But with dogs, we'll sit here and put up with it. We'll sit here and put up with this crap. So yeah, particularly intense and destructive. That is dogs. That's dog ownership. Intense and destructive. But then we go and fix the problem and we think that we're the heroes. But really, we've just put ourselves in this cycle of love and hate. But have a look at this article. So much of this stuff just rings true for dog culture. Like it says, at times they feel great together, but at times you can't stand them. Dog owners will act like that with their dogs. I see it in the public park all the time. Jerking their dog, pushing their dog over. They're mad about the dog doing something. But then they'll get home and they'll love on it and cuddle on it and, post pictures of it. Speaking of that, I got to show you guys number 12. Sex is your ticket back on the love train. Well, that doesn't exactly apply to dog culture, but it's still the same thing. It's like intimacy. A person will come home, their house will be trashed, the dog will be hit by a car, $4,000 at the vet, but then they'll come home. They'll cuddle the dog. They'll give the dog treats and say stuff like, oh, it's okay, buddy. We'll fix you. We'll save you up. They'll stroke on the dog, give the dog treats. They'll cover up their disgust and irritation with the dog's behavior with this intimacy. They're getting back on the love train with the dog by petting up on the dog. Yeah, and as it says here, rather than address issues between you and the pain that you've caused each other, you hop into bed for some intense makeup sex. Well, actually, people are having sex with their dogs. A lot of people have made the news for this lately. But it's the same thing. It's this intimacy. Something bad will happen with the dog. Then they'll kind of sort of punish the dog. Then they'll take the dog up on the couch and pet on it for 2 hours and put pictures of it up on Facebook. And just to cover up the fact that they've actually been, right here, pain. They've been, some type of pain has been brought to them by the dog. But they'll make themselves feel better by giving the dog affection. So yeah, number 12 from this website actually applies to dog culture. And the points that I've made in this video, if you want to see those demonstrated in real life, just go into the comments. So we're over here at that video I was showing you, and there is somewhere in here is a husky tearing up a couch, and the golden retriever is just laying there. Right here. It's funny, the golden retriever, man's best friend, isn't doing anything to stop this couch from being ruined. But remember what we were looking at earlier, they love drama. They cover up their feelings of disgust with drama. And it's just like in these comments, like this guy says, oh, the golden retriever, he has no business in this, ha ha ha. They love this. They think this is like a funny story. They're seeing other people's property get ruined. They're seeing their own property get ruined. And it's funny, you know, ha ha ha. I think I'll destroy the couch, hee hee ha ha. They're using drama to cover up the pain that is being brought to them by dog ownership. And that is a love-hate relationship. So there you go. That's been a look at the love-hate relationship of dog ownership. It's a health risk. It pushes away our fellow humans. And it sets us up with addictive habits that are not good for us. Seeking out constant chaos, not looking for peace, not looking to connect with our fellow humans, just looking to be in a chaotic relationship with a dog. See you guys later.